First Alert forecast this week. Taking a live look over downtown Columbia, and yeah, 90s on the board once again for our week ahead. It is going to be another hot one. So let's check in now with meteorologist Chandler Jordan for an update on what we're expecting for our Monday. Hey there, Chandler.
Hey, Intisar. Yeah, we're going to get hot and humid today. We do have a little bit of relief in sight, though, so that's the good news for us as we get into the middle of the week. Not so much out there this morning. You can see a few of the lower clouds off in the distance of our downtown tower camera, and these are going to stick with us at times, not only this morning, but even into the afternoon. Now, as far as it feels outside, 74 is our air temperature this morning, but look at our dew point, 70 degrees. Typically, when you have a higher dew point, especially when it's at or above 70, that's where we have the lingering mugginess that you might feel a little bit of a stick on your skin, and that's also where it kind of adds into our feels like temperature as we work into some of our afternoons. So as I had mentioned, some lower clouds sticking with us over the next couple of hours. You can see those drifting across the Carolinas on First Alert satellite and radar. High pressure influencing us to our north and to our east, and this is going to help us out for Tuesday and Wednesday, I think, in particular, and even into parts of Thursday, because clockwise flow around high pressure is going to usher in some winds out of our east, and that's going to allow for this slightly drier air to build in to the Carolinas. Not so much today. It will be a little hot and humid at times this afternoon, and we heat up quickly by 10 o'clock into the low 80s, upper 80s by 1 o'clock. We make it into the back half of your afternoon. Partly to mostly cloudy at that point. Your high temperature today tops out around 91 degrees, and then a little bit of the drier air filtering in by your Tuesday and Wednesday. Here it is. You can see our dew point goes from near 70 into the low 60s once we get into the middle of the week. So at times it might be a little muggy with the low 60 dew point, but for the most part, some comfier air in place. And I think by Thursday as well, we're hovering around the 60-degree mark for our dew point, but if anything, feeling pretty good outside. So here's First Alert Featurecast this morning. The cloud cover around to get the day started. It hangs with us even into the afternoon. Notice the winds out of the east. This is where we start to usher in some of the drier air. We won't feel that today. Lingering humidity makes it hot out there this afternoon. Your high temperature makes it up to around the 91-degree mark. You factor in the humidity, it'll feel as hot as about 97 out there by the end of this afternoon. Now, we get into the night tonight, just a couple of clouds hanging with us. For your Tuesday morning, it's warm and muggy once again. Upper 60s if you're out the door early to get the day going. And then once we get into the afternoon, here's this flow out of our east. A few fair weather clouds, otherwise a little bit of drier air in place, and it doesn't feel as bad for Tuesday afternoon. Your high temperature tops out around 90 degrees, and we'll do it all over again for Wednesday. We start off the morning Wednesday warm and muggy, temperatures in the upper 60s, some of us right around the 70-degree mark. We get this flow to continue out of our east as we get into your Wednesday afternoon. This allows for the slightly drier air to remain in place, but we still get hot for our air temperature. It'll top out around 90 degrees Juneteenth afternoon, and then as we head into the first day of summer, Thursday doesn't look too bad either. Hot but dry. Highs around 90 degrees. Once we get into the back half of the week, we start to heat up a little bit on Friday. I think you really start to feel it out there, though, on Saturday as well as Sunday. Mid-90s Saturday, upper 90s by Sunday afternoon, and then looking ahead to next week, I think that'll be the point where we start to keep an eye out for a few showers and storms. Make sure you stay with us. Sunrise. We'll be back after the break.